If you're here catching this right now, then you are catching it on the replay. I know this, but what I also want you to know is it's as important as if you were here live. So drop replay if you're catching it on the replay. And let me know where you're watching this from. I am just super curious to know where everybody comes from. So hello today. Online communities are popping up all over the place, right? They're just it seems to be the popular thing to do these days. Everyone says, "Oh, you should have an online community. It's important." And yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I've talked about that in the previous broadcast. I can drop a link down below to tell you where I last talked about it. But, you know, how do you stand out when all that noise is happening? When it's the buzz is everywhere? You know, what's the most effective ways that that you can build loyalty and trust with your members and your community members? And how do you make them feel loved rather than sold to? That's what we're going to unpack in this broadcast. We're going to unpack 3 tips. Yes, to have your community feel loved. I know, love. Anyways, I'm Nancy Lewis Hill, the Lightened Up Entrepreneur, and I help amazing people like you grow communities that are an extension of all the things that you want to create in the world, so you can go ahead and make that major positive impact in the world that you were designed to do. So let's dive in. Are we ready to dive in? I say we are. Let's keep all these notes going. I'm going to make sure that I pop up I have my little cheat sheet so that you don't miss a single point that I'm going to bring forward. So hello there, Mandy Joe, joining from the mitten. Love it. All right, so let us jump in. Let's dive into this, shall we? All right. So, like I said, online communities are popping up all over. It's the word du jour is have an online community. You need to have a group. And I know that you probably know that too, because that's how you're going to reach the people that really want to know what it is you're up to. What is it you're building? What is it you're delivering? What is it that they can count on you for? What is your magic sauce, right? And what better way to deliver it than in an online community? All right. So now we know that. Let's just take number 1, shall we? All right. Key: foster positivity, empowerment, and authenticity. What does that even mean? Well, a really special way to give back to your community is to create an online space where people can be vulnerable and supportive and feel supported. The trick on this one, though, it's not really a trick, but the little twist to this that's going to make a big difference is you need to lead by example. And when I give you these tips, I also have a special an offer at the end of this too, to just kind of give to you. So stay with it. I've got something I want to take a little bit further on this. So I'm not going to dive in too deep because I'm not doing a training here, but I want you to understand that. So foster empowerment. So empower your community to do things. It is not a dictatorship where you are the only person that's delivering any goods or any energy into the group, because that's not a community. That's a speech. That's a presentation. All right. So let's and think about that. Positivity. Oh, Lord. These are the things we deal with. Do you like that one? My green screen disappeared and life goes on and I really don't care. So let's get to the second message, right? So foster positivity. I love it. This is so funny. This is one of those days where all these things were happening to me earlier. By the way, I meant to say something when I first started this. There are days where things just don't click right. Today was that day all around. And I actually, before I started this, was laughing at how bizarre it all worked out. So, all right. So let's move on. Number two is to show gratitude. I called it show gratitude and be the humble bumble. What? So what is that even about? Let's get this back. I got to get this back because I need to see the moose. Can we do that? The moose. All right. You guys stay with me. All right. So show gratitude and be the humble bumble. And what that is all about is, besides giving shout outs to individual members, right? It's besides that, you can also give gratitude to the community as a whole, right? Because there are individuals that need shout outs because they've done something amazing or something big is happening in their life or whatever it is. A shout out is a wonderful thing. But you can also give gratitude to the whole community as a whole, because you know what? The community, it means everyone, right? It means the whole group of people. It means all as a collective. So you can celebrate and give gratitude to the community. I know I have my community in the morning. I do mornings with the moose. I absolutely love it because in that community, I'm able to lean on them and they lean on me. And it's such a, it's a good flow. And I don't do it for any manipulative reason. I don't do it for any crafting reason other than I'm following exactly what I'm telling you here. Because this is, people wonder, how does it work? How does it work? I think, okay, I started to document what I do and I know that it works and I know that it feels right. So, I mean, I'm working with heart-centered entrepreneurs mostly. And what they want to have is that heart-centered connection in their community while they're still an expert in what you do, right? So, number one was foster empowerment, positivity, authenticity by being who you are and all that. Empower your community members to speak forward and do things and be positive. And number two was to show gratitude and exercise humility. That's the humble bumble part. You know, what you want to make sure is, how are the community members making a positive impact on each other, on their industry, in the world? And then your humility is being able to step back and let that happen. You know, let that stuff shine. It isn't just about you and what you're delivering and what you're able to shine. Does that make sense? You picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, green screen of life, I love you. And then deliver the real McCoy. What? Human connection. What could that be about, right? I mean, that's the real McCoy. That's what this whole thing is about. Honestly, it is all about the human connection. And if you're going to have an online community, oh my gosh, Jenna, what? So good to have you here too. Lordy. So yeah, I'm glad you're here with my green screen. I lost the ability to do green screening. And that doesn't affect me at all, because you know what? It's the message that matters. So here we go. So the third one, try that in. Deliver the real McCoy. Human connection. Yes. It's what it matters. It's why we're together in a community, right? So deliver, what you got to do is it's the whole point of a community is the connection. So what I said prior was, besides shout outs to individuals, you shout outs to the whole community, because the community is a collective, right? So if you keep following that, the whole point of community is connection, because that's what makes the collective connected. What did she just say? So you serve your community by making these connections as easy, as impactful as possible. See, that's your job. If you're going to have a community, an online community, your job is to be the connector, to allow and encourage all the connections that can happen. Because people grow when they can lean on each other. People grow when they can learn from each other. And people grow when they can feel safe and supported in their community. That's what it's all about. So as I said, online communities are popping up all over the place, right? It's the thing. It's the thing du jour. But it really is powerful. And to stand out from all the buzz and actually all the droning on and the really sad existence of community, the best way that you can boost your whole brand awareness and your engagement is building that loyalty and trust within the member base. And all of that happens by those three things that I just laid out for you. And I'll fly them by again. Oh, let me just catch up. Ba, ba, ba. Dun, 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 Jenna. Shakalaka boom. That's the difference between a group and a community. Serve, serve, serve. Bingo. I mean, that's the whole deal. That is the whole deal spiel. Is, you can have a group all day long. People pop up groups all the time. But a real community is not a group. You can have a group. Community, right? Isn't that what community raises the child and all of that stuff? So, yeah. All right. So, amen. A little bit more, a little bit louder for the people in the back of the room, right? Mandy Joe, you get it. I'm so glad you're grateful for the live. All right. So, I'm going to recap it. Let me go back to my notes here. Ready? Oh, I promised a little something at the end. You know what? I will. This is not going to be by a bot, mind you. This is going to be straight up Nancy. This is straight up Nancy Connections. I will hook a bot up to this someday, but I don't know. And when you do, it's going to be Moose Bot. But in the meantime, I've got a little something that what I do in my community, what I've shared with them, and it's just an example of how I love on them, how I just give to my community, and it isn't always about my product or my service. I just love on them. So I would like to send you my lightened up movie list, and you'll see what I mean by that. If you're interested, drop an I'm in below. I don't know. I picked the I'm in. It seemed like a good thing to drop. So drop an I'm in below, and I will get you the access to the lightened up movie list. It's one of the things that I deliver to my community as a gifty, just to connect. It'll give you an idea of what you can do. It's so simplistic, but it's real. All right, so wrap up. So when building an online community, there are 3 things that you can do to just love on your community. Number one, you foster positivity, empowerment, and authenticity. Number 2, show gratitude and be the humble bumble. And number 3, deliver the real McCoy, the human connection. And that's what it's all about. So I will be back here. Let me think. That's right. I'm here every single Thursday evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I am Nancy Lewis Hill, the Lightened Up Entrepreneur, and I help people, amazing people like you, to build those communities that are so connected so that you can go off and keep doing the wonderful thing you do, and your community can be an extension of making the positive impact in the world that you were designed to do. So I checked the quick comments here before I go. Awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the love. Thank you. Maybe Joe, you're in. All right. So like I said, not a bot, but you got the real McCoy Nancy, and mwah. And I will see you here next week, hopefully with something more than a green screen, because this is a night without the moose. Also, if you'd like to join tomorrow morning, our Mornings with the Moose is normally done in our private group, Lighten Up with Miss Nancy, and it is 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern. That's how we start off our workday, feeling normal and connected and moving on. And tomorrow is Fridays, and what we do on Fridays, we call it Friendly Friday, and we bring it outside of the group onto this business page right here, and we will be here at that time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and I invite you to join us in just conversation to start your day. All right. Yes, and we will see you there in the morning. All right. Have a fantastic whatever it is you're doing, and join me next Thursday right here, 9:30 p.m. Maybe I'll bring the moose that time. I don't know. It's always a surprise. See you.